Hey, you're back with the New Music Alliance Radio Hour, and I'm Mark Sherry here with Mark Ramone. And you just heard Sylvie's Okay with Butterfly a Moth. And we started out with the Funky Dogs Brass Band, Black is Black. So, Sylvie's Okay. We just heard Sylvie's Okay's out of Western Mass. And this is, I would call it kind of a contemplative country tune with really nice harmonies.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. Contemplative. I just love it because it kind of has a slow tempo. It draws you in more. I was telling this to Vince Thompson, whose project this is. I have two earworms this week. This is one of them.
Yeah, this is definitely a very listenable song for me as well. I've heard a few other tunes by Sylvie's Okay, which were even, I guess, even slower beat, and I had a little bit harder time getting into that. But this one, yeah, I was really taken by this tune, really, really.
Vince grew up out in Oregon, working on a farm, driving around on the tractor, listening to country on an AM radio. And and eventually moved out to Boston for a little bit and now has been living in Western Mass for the past decade or so.
And you started this block off with a really, really dynamite tune by Funky Dawgz Brass Band. And that band was actually started by a group of students at UConn. And they're like probably one of the premier, brass bands on the live music scene right now. And they've actually been the horn section for the band Dispatch and played to sold out Madison Square Garden in New York. And they've been around and had an incredible amount of success.
Yeah, they've got some high energy horns, and that's what I love the most.
I
Just
love the tuba in particular.
the sousaphone, yes. Oh man, it stands out there, and you just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, it
boom.
really lays down that beat, boy.
Yeah. One of my favorite Green River Festival memories was in 2022 on the grounds when the opening band started. This was the opening band, and I believe this was the song they started off with. And it was just such a surreal moment. I was walking around the field. It was empty, but people were starting to stroll in as the gates opened up and listening to this song and realizing this is going to be an awesome weekend of music. And it started off with this song that it put me in awe.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and this band, I think you know a little bit more about this than I do, but they actually give classes to school kids in a variety of different areas, right?
Yeah, I spoke with a couple of the band members. They really enjoy going around to local schools and spending some time with young students and encouraging them to practice and getting them interested in trying new instruments. It's one of those experiences they probably gain more from it than the young students do, but it's a beautiful thing and they have a good time doing it. Both of these artists, Funky Dog's Brass Band and Sylvie's Okay, will be performing at the festival on Saturday, June 21st.
And what festival is that?
The Green River Festival.
Which is held where?
It's in Greenfield, Massachusetts.
So what do we have coming up for our next block?
So for our next block, we've got Mark Mulcahy, and we're going to start it off with my second earworm of the week. Here's Stephen Kellogg, The Waitress.